Hello, hello, hello. I'm Snods and I'm going to be casting here with Broad CSGO, and we're going to be bringing you the Season 2 of the UK Masters Counter-Strike Division, and we're going to have some great games tonight.
Yeah, 100%. First up, going to be UFrag versus generic team name. Best of two, I believe, on Cash and Train.
It's going to be Train then Cash.
Oh, Train then Cash. After that, we're going to be having generic team name back again, but with Zenex. Map's not quite decided for that one just yet.
Obviously,
but, Snods,
obviously,
I know you want to talk about these
first two teams. Going to have UFrag coming off of their not really too good of a showing at Epic Land, coming fourth. They're losing out to Dog Gaming, but regardless, they've had two roster changes. They've subbed out Frank and Z, and they brought in two new semi-onliners, good pug stats, good pug players, strong aimers, and those players are going to be Claw and Cray. So they're going to be facing off on Train first versus generic team name. Quite the wild card, I would say. Not many people expected them to qualify. I haven't really seen much of them in any other leagues apart from qualifying for this, but regardless, first map is going to be Train, and what do you think going into that one?
Honestly, I'm not 100% sure if, I don't know, I'm not 100% sure how we're going to be seeing both of these teams handle it.
Yeah.
Train, obviously, one of those maps where you're sort of
AWPer.
Well, yeah, AWPer for one. Two, you're going to sort of need a little bit more specialization. Teams that don't know it are going to be facing trolls, but by this point, you would expect every team to have it in their map pool to a decent degree. So, Train, I don't know. Again, personally for me, I tend to think that the team that picks a map is likely to grab it, but at the same time, UFrag, I think, are sort of the favourites going into this one by just a little bit. So
definitely the more established name, obviously. As I mentioned, a very AWP-heavy map, and the primary AWPer for UFrag now is AdamXO, and I've heard the AWPer for generic team name is Trouble. I've heard he's actually a very good AWPer, but regardless, Train, not really much about being that fast AWPer, but more of that slow, steady, hit your shots, green Train connector, kill those Ts, and obviously if you are T-sided, then those opening picks are very crucial. But regardless, breaking down these rosters, UFrag, we're going to be having AdamXO, their IGL and primary AWPer, as I mentioned. Obviously, a lot of experience coming from Source, so he's going to be bringing that experience to those lower XP, more puggy players like Cray, or one could say Hype. Obviously, next player, Hype is back, or Hype. Very, very strong aimer, very impactful player as well. Might not be the brainiest, but he's actually surprisingly good in clutches. Moving on from there, we've got Cray. I don't really know too much about him, but I've heard he's a strong lurker, and obviously, qualifying from the closed qualifier, they've done well online. Moving on to the next player, we've got Claw. The second in, he's there to mop up those frags, get those sites underway, and opening up the T rounds, and then Pommy opening up those T rounds, apologies, as entries. So, I reckon UFrag, looking at the rosters alone, I know these names, I know they're strong aimers, I know there's experience as well on AdamXO, and obviously he's that slow, steady AWP that I mentioned, which is really strong on the CT side, and that's where it really stands out on Train, the CT side.
Yeah. Obviously, that is going to be helpful for them. That's sort of the name that I would more recognize within the UK scene. They're the name that I think most people have heard of, most people have seen play, most people are going to have confidence in. At the same time, though, generic team name did qualify through the open qualifier, I'm pretty sure. They managed to make their way there. I know you're saying, I know you've told me before outside of this that it's a little bit of I don't know, a little bit of an anomaly, potentially,
yeah,
that they managed to make their way through.
I would say they're the wildcard team for sure. Apart from Isaac, obviously, pretty well-known streamer, gets quite a bit of views. It's the only player I know on this sheet here. Their roster tonight, that's going to be Isaac, who's actually their lurker, and streams for them, gets them a lot of their recognition. Actually streamed their qualifying game versus Vatic, pretty good watch. Trouble, as I mentioned, their AWPer, and actually surprisingly, both these teams, their IGL is also their AWP, so maybe they're bringing, both of those players are going to be bringing that more slow, steady AWP style, as obviously they're going to be concentrating on micromanaging their team. And then we've got Snakey, who's a rifler, not too sure on their roles. AHB, another rifler, and then Majorly, again, rifling. So, as I mentioned before, the names on the lists, I see UFrag picking up the first one, and then the Cash when it becomes a bit more puggy. I imagine generic team name, apologies for that, could get the reply, make it 1-1, but then again, those aimers I mentioned, they're on the UFrag side in my eyes.
Yeah. Obviously, both of those things going to be helping them out tonight. Both of those things going to be extremely important. But I do have to agree with you. Cash is where I think we're going to be seeing the main fight. Train should be, I don't want to say a foregone conclusion, but it should definitely favour UFrag, the team that have sort of got that more tactical presence in their mind.
Yeah, for sure.
Generic team then, though, might surprise us.
But regardless, boys, we've got a slight tech issue, so we're going to be going to a small break. But once we are back, we're going to be going underway with the first map, which is Train. And we are back. Apologies for that delay, but servers get updated 2 days before and the lights are having a bit of a spasm. But regardless, boys, we're back in it. So, going into the live server now, we're going to have the knife round. So what do you expect? Just standard CTs winning, whichever team wins the knife goes CT, or?
I mean, it is what you'd imagine to happen, isn't it?
Yeah, of course.
That's the thing with the knife round. There's not a huge amount to it. Obviously, you're going to be seeing that degree of comfortability if you get the CT side first. It allows you to stack some rounds up, that sort of thing. But it's not the biggest thing in the world. Anyone can win it. Bit of a...
Well, the thing is, what some people say is they'd rather start CT side, so once like they're a bit warmed up, obviously it's the first map of the day, and they've just had a 40-minute delay, so they've been sick, they might be a bit cold.
Necessary.
Yeah, but regardless, get your aim a bit warm on the CT side, and then once you're at T side, getting those crisp headshots, getting those crisp entries, you know, when actually aim is probably more important than positioning. Well, I'd argue positioning is more important than CT, but regardless, we are going into knife round. If we could get the in-game camera on that, that'd be perfect, boys. So, knife round, obviously not much to talk about. We'll talk about what happens after knife round's done. We can talk about which team would be stronger where. This is actually generic team names map pick, so expect to see a stronger T side than I imagine UFrag might be showing us. I mean, as I mentioned before, the inexperienced aimers might have a bit of trouble on a more tactical map like Train.
Yeah, no, could be a little bit of an issue. I know you were talking about these teams and so potentially what they're going to be looking for in terms of side. If it was you on Train, if this was your match, because I know you do play. CT for sure.
Yeah, is that what you're about to ask me? What side I'll pick?
I was literally going to ask
well,
you
I mean,
exactly
if you've got confidence, you mean, especially after a long break like this, people's minds might not be that focused. You could catch, you start T, win that T pistol and start getting rolling. You could catch UFrag off guard, but regardless, Snakey gets the final kill. That's going to be generic team name choosing the side. I imagine is the CT. So we're waiting to see what they will bring out on their pistol round.
Yeah, it looks like we're going to be seeing a CT side coming out of generic team name to kick things off here tonight. And that's going to be it. We've changed. We're live, I hope.
Yep.
And this should be an interesting one.
So the question is, what setup do generic team name go for? Do they play 2 towards B, play close B, sorry, far back B, play for the information, or will they play 1 B, 1 close B, push for the information, and have 4 towards A? So actually, it looks like they're trying to have 3 players towards B. This might be a push for information, have the 2 players push Ivy, or just watch Ivy see what the T side play is. But regardless, the bomb and 3 players from UFrag coming up Ivy, and this is pretty much the standard play. Show presence towards Ivy, have one of those players from B rotate over, and then obviously, as I mentioned, that B pushes come in and they're getting all the information they need. These 2 other players from B, they can fall back towards A, but Cray spots off the player. Question is now, what is the CT rotation? What will they do from this? And now Pommy and Co making steps towards Ivy. This is where the CTs know what's happening. They might be trying to get a B split. He actually managed to catch the player off guard, just gets spammed in the back. Pommy takes him down, but Isaac with the reply. It's going to be 1-1 trades.
Yeah, the question now is what are UFrag going to be doing in response? It looks like at the moment like they're going to be heading straight into the heart of the CTs. Taking themselves through towards that B site and just trying to swarm them with presence. They don't know though that generic team name have a few men there. Isaac going to be starting us off with a nice shot onto Claw. Hype though going to be finding one back onto Snakey and a second onto Majorly as well. Beautiful way to start things off here for UFrag as they are going to be finding themselves 1 man up. Generic team name still needing to get things sorted, but going to be in a little bit of a tricky situation as both players have to make their way back onto site.
Maybe the nerves are hitting Hype, but regardless, Pommy gets that kill. It's going to be Isaac in the 1 versus 3. Hasn't got the kit, and the bomb will go down shortly. Question is, though, can he take this down? But instead, Hype just gets that crisp headshot. That's a huge round. And massively impactful kills there coming out from Hype. I mentioned his aim is crisp, and he's showing it off there.
No, 100% beautiful frags coming out from him. 3 in that round, going to be putting UFrag exactly where they need to be. Obviously, as a result, we're going to be seeing an AK coming out on Hype. Apart from that, not so much more. The SMGs, though, still going to be powerful as generic team name have decided to go for nothing at all in terms of armor. So as I mentioned before, AdamXO using that Tech 9, he will be AWPing, so he's just trying to save up that cash. They're not really expecting to lose this. And actually, quite strangely, generic team name opting for that full save, but as I mentioned before, these crisp players, these crisp deagle players, these puggers, they hit these easy headshots. And this wildcard team, generic team name, apologies, starting off hot. Starting off really well. I mean, when you don't have that Kevlar, you need to be hitting those 1Ds, and they do. They show us that they are 100% capable of that. And as a result, we are going to be seeing a 5 versus 3 situation. Hype, Pommy, and Claw left as the 3 men who have to make a move. Claw at the moment, though, about to be finding himself in a little bit of a Majorly heads up, P250 in hand, and the frag still goes his way. UFrag, what is happening? 2 men left alive now. Pommy and Hype, the man with the UMP and the man with the AK, just looking to see if they can poke their way into any of these sites, because right now they are impenetrable.
And going into this match, I thought Ufrag were going to have the better aimers. Claw, obviously, Hype, known aimers are known punch, but regardless, Hype gets the reply, but it's still a two-man lead for generic teammate. But the bomb going down there. If they can get this bomb down, that would be important. Tommy managed to get straight through the smoke, and Hype as well chimes in. 2 versus 2. Both these players last alive, don't they? They don't have armor. 30 seconds, the bomb will go down. Hype will connect the spots that player towards the CT trains. And now with Isaac on 16 HP, a Deagle and a Mac 10, and no armor of these players, I imagine Ufrag are going to take this.
I mean, you would think there's a good chance they're going to be going for it, and if Major League can't start something off, that way indeed. And that's exactly what we see. Hype starts things off. Well, it's a tap in the smoke, and Isaac's gone down as well. Still, even with the round lost, a lot of damage done by Generic team name there.
And Generic are going to feel gutted, man. Imagine if they just bought that Kevlar and opted for that Force Buy, they could have taken that round easily, getting those 3 entries, but I believe it was Pommy and Hype getting that 2 versus 5 there. Crucial round, obviously you don't want to have your economy broken straight away into the match from Ufrag. But we've got the full save, only USP, sorry, only P250, 1 Deagle on KHP, and these SMGs and collect that one.
Now as we see a heavy push through Ivy. Nothing can stand in their way, definitely not AHB. Trouble going to be team main. Isaac ready on the refrag, but only going to be able to find himself one before he's chased away from sight. Really difficult round for Generic team name coming in here again though, going to be looking to see what damage they can do, and Ufrag implemented has left a couple of little holes. If these AKs get taken out of their hands, they're not going to be happy.
And right now the game, sorry, the goal for is just to not allow these rifles, but Hype picks up frag. It's going to be 4 versus 2, 2-man lead for Ufrag. Bomb will go down. They've got the cash from that. SMG still alive on Pommy. He's going to try and collect and hunt for that cash.
Yeah, the UMP obviously going to be giving him double that kill bonus, so everything he does here going to be so helpful to the economy, and that is going to be the first. Isaac completely unaware, dropped in an instant. Now it's all on stage,
and that's so important. Both those frags, both those frags, the SMGs, that's going to be 600 apiece. 1.2k just picked up the Pommy at Wimden. It's going to be the full buy now for Ufrag. And here comes out the buy from the Generic team. Them actually opting in for those 2 full saves, so they're going to have 4 utility going into this round. And actually those frags coming from the first and second round are going to density economy just a little bit. Or got us a double offset from the Generic team now. Now I imagine the setup's going to be 1 AWP towards Green Train, watching Ivy or Connector team main, and then they're going to have the other AWP around Connector watching team main again. But regardless, this is going to be the 2-man push. Ivy can hide. Got it, unfortunately, HP the first. Snake as well chimes in. Trouble as well. Major League as well. It's going to be Hype in the 1 versus 4 now. He's gone, but 1 versus 3 gets spammed in the back, low HP. Isaac going for that nade kill. Can he Kobe him? Unfortunately, the nade doesn't connect, but Hype in Ivy has the bomb, but at 22 HP, I don't see this working out for him.
And you can't see him down here. It is going to be about touch damage. Tries to go for the shots on Isaac as he's behind the wall, but doesn't manage to find anything as he crosses, shot in the back, and the first round on the board for Generic team name. As well as that, a confident round on the board.
Well, the thing is, Ufrag have won 3 rounds in a row. They've just been reset. Look at their money already. You've got 3 players, 4 players, only 50 or lower dollars. So if they lose this round, they're going to be reset. We could be looking at 3 apiece, but that double up setup, getting those picks like they anticipated, and it's a great setup. Getting that Ivy push straight away, trying to gather that information. Ufrag caught up.
Yeah, the Ivy push this round from AHB going to be completely shut down though, as Adam XOXO manages to find himself the first. Trouble thought about going for a little bit of a refrag there, but didn't end up going in the end. Obviously, they want to be holding on to everybody they can. Ufrag are just going to be flooding the site with smokes though, taking advantage of the wounded nature of the team and trying to fight their way in. Flashes over, smokes over, everything coming through. And Generic team name at the moment seeming unable to keep up. It's going to be Trouble as the only man with vision on, and he's forced to fall back. Still though, manages to find Core. Craig going to be going down for Isaac as well. Pommy finally comes in with a refrag, keeps things even at 3 apiece, and leads us into the retake.
That's going to be a 1-man advantage for Ufrag, and the bomb is down, but these T's have kits and nades. They can flush these players out. Maybe they're flushes, and here comes the retake. 1-man advantage though. Pommy, Hype, and Adam left, and Adam with the op. This could be quite difficult for him, but I imagine he's in pop, so he can have the angle on the bomb. He's going to catch off this player now, pushing towards Pop Dog, and we're probably looking at a 1 versus 3 now. Smoke goes down. It's going to be hard for the op to get the peak, but Adam headshots Isaac through the smoke, and that's going to be the bomb defusal stop. Then he gets the second one. Huge round for Adam there, picking up those 2 kills.
Yeah, that is exactly what he needed to do. Both frags in a moment. Generic team name completely reset and forced back into a position where the best they're really going to be able to do is to get some pistols up again. Now, we know they can do damage with them, And I would be expecting to see a little bit more than this come out. Finally, we see it. Because if they can continue to keep UFrag on their toes, if they can keep them in a bad position economically, then they have a chance to come back later on. At the moment, if UFrag can clear this one up entirely, well, we're going to be seeing them building a huge economy and setting themselves up for the rest of the half.
The biggest problem, though, if Generic Team lose this next 4 bar round, they could be looking at a 1-6 scoreline, and obviously on the CT side, you wouldn't really anticipate that. You'd expect the CT side having the advantage, but regardless, we've got AHB pushed up Ivy trying to catch these players off guard, but Pommy's on the ball. I don't think he's been caught off by this. The bomb is in Whitehall's, just playing a default. Actually, he's going to get caught off guard by this, and AHB takes him down, but gets refragged by Claw. It's going to be the 1-for-1 trade, and it's a 4 versus 3 now. It's trouble as well. That CZ takes down Cray. 1-man lead and 1 minute on the clock.
Yeah, I mean, Generic Team Name definitely showing us they have the skills to bring to the table with these pistols. It's just going to be about securing the round. That is getting infinitely harder as Hype comes through. Isaac down first, then Snaky. Trouble looking like he might be the next to fall as a molly and a smoke come through. But he manages to find himself Claw. 1 frag for the man with the M4, and he's going to be looking to see what more damage he can do. He can hear Hype now going around the side. Major Lee going to be there too with an AK, and this could well be their round now. Adam going to be the last man left alive, seeing if he can find anyone with the AWP, but it's not going to happen. Major Lee finishes him off and finds Generic Team Name their second round.
The question is, I don't know why UFrag are trying to plant. They haven't spotted both those CT players, and you've got to be anticipating those pushes. Maybe just hold off for a second before you go for that bomb plant. Spot out both those players so you have no issues of being flanked, but unfortunately they go for that risky plant and they get punished for it.
Yeah, well, another risky thing coming out now this time on the side of Generic Team Name as Trouble and Snaky go for the double AWP setup against pistols. If Trouble gets caught out here, that's such a huge loss. Fortunately for him, though, he's going to escape, and it's the Molotov as UFrag try and push through. Hype and Pommy both caught out, the rest of them trying to reroute themselves through upper, but it's just not going to happen. A complete cleanup from Generic Team Name and a third round to put them 1 behind UFrag.
But there was no smoke lower there. I mean, if you had 1 smoke lower there, all it took was, you know, that failed Molotov. I mean, the Molotov still failed, but regardless, they didn't really get any kills on the UFrag side. But their goal there was just to get the bomb down, have that half buy with the Tech 9s. But going into the 8th round now of the half, 4-3, one round favouring UFrag.
Yeah, 1 round going to be all that's in it. UFrag again on the AK is going to be seeing what they can do to pull that one into their favor, and it looks like we're going to be seeing more smokes over towards A. No men going to be following yet, but they are going to be lining themselves up ready. Not a single player watching, just some more nades coming through, and they should be expecting Snaky here by now. Oh, there's been an AWP there so many times, and yet it's still effective. Finds himself the first onto Adam, and it's going to be up to the rest to make up for it. Claw going to be starting things off nicely in that way, finding himself AHB. Isaac, though, playing close to the site, manages to bring it back, and Major Lee with the backstab is going to be just favoring Generic Team Name even more. UFrag going to be left with just Tommy and Cray now trying to fight their way out of this one.
How could UFrag not be expecting these flanks? I mean, you haven't had any presence towards B, but Isaac takes down Pommy. It's going to be Cray in the 1 versus 2, and actually the fake defuse coming out. Cray just opting to save. He doesn't really see himself having much chance in that round, but UFrag with 5 AKs opting for that full wall of smoke. They don't want to play the pit game, but unfortunately for them, Trouble boosted up there, takes the first entry.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's Generic Team Name saying, if you're not going to bring it to us, we're going to bring it to you.
And they're playing 2 AWPs once again, so as I mentioned before, 1 AWP in Connect and then 1 AWP Ivy holding down those long-range duels, but we've got the half-buy coming out from UFrag. They've got a little bit of money from that bomb plant, and they're opting in to try and dent that economy. Maybe go for a bomb plant, get extra cash, but it's looking like to be Generic Team Name going 1 round ahead.
It's not going to be anything too spectacular. Adam's going to be holding on to the bomb over towards the B side. The rest of his team, I think, trying to cause a little bit of a distraction here towards A, and they're going to be managing as well, apparently. Pommy finds himself the first with the help of Cray. Adam going to be ready and waiting for Major Lee, but unable to find the frag. And as you said, that is the bomb completely lost. Isaac going to be helping with the cleanup effort, and it's Pommy and Claw once more to try and work something out. With the weapons they have, with the lack of utility at this point, it's not working.
It just feels like UFrag keep getting caught off guard. I mean, obviously, they've had 2 new players added to the roster in Generic Team, and they've been a team for multiple seasons in ESEA, and that team game's showing right now as they put themselves 1 more round on the board, 1 round ahead of UFrag. And UFrag will be playing more as a team, holding each other's angles, not allowing those flanks to come in.
I mean, you'd hope you'd get to see something like that. And I mean, I thought we'd be seeing a little bit more out of these guys, if I'm honest with you. From the first couple of rounds, it looked like we might be seeing something big, but again, they're going to be shut out as they come through. Snaky finds the first with the AWP. This time, Adam's able to get it back, and that could be the difference maker. Hype as well, Going to be picking one up for himself, dodges the bullet from Snaky too. Make sure that AWP isn't as effective as it could be before Adam takes it out. Trouble again though. Comes in from behind and deals with two of them. A beautiful flick to take Hype out and to isolate Pommy once again.
Trouble there, pushing around the flank, managing to catch Adam off guard. But makes the lead going for a spray, gets the crisp headshot onto Pommy, and it's going to be the two players left live now. Both the AWPs saved. That's important for the economy of the CT side. And Ufrag there, unfortunately losing the jewels. You would have thought once Adam got that reply on the play, Green Train would have been a 4 versus 4, and Ufrag may have had the advantage there. But generic team name, Trouble, especially in that crispy flick, getting that crucial kill and heading them 2 rounds in the lead.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with you. At this point, we should see Ufrag aware that the flank is likely to come in, right?
Exactly.
We should be seeing a little bit more of a position from them in these apartments, making sure nobody can come through, nobody can get around the back of them if they're going to be hitting that A site. And hopefully we are going to be seeing a little bit more of that. You can see them putting presence in pop round after round. Now, Adam was there before. This time we're going to be seeing Cray. And I think that's their plan. I think they need that player to deal with it, and after that they're going to be a little bit more equipped. This round, though, still not looking to be great, as they're going to be on the Tech 9s again.
Yep, smokes down, trying to get that bomb plant, trying to get that 800 dosh, but Isaac on site takes down Hype. It's going to be 1-man advantage now. Isaac as well spraying another play. It's quite connected over Snaky. He's there on the board. Pommy, though, gets to reply. It's going to be a 2-man lead now for generic team name. Trouble pushing towards Green Train. Pulls out his AWP, goes for that close range shotgun shot. Takes down Adam, and that's now Pommy in the 1 versus 4. His goal here with the bomb down, just going to try and dent that CT economy. Try and take an AWP out of their hands maybe if he's lucky. Just aim to not die after time.
Yeah, you don't want to do too much in this situation. You can't do too much in this situation. It is going to be about doing economic damage to generic team name. Ufrag need to set themselves up to find a way back into this. And unfortunately at the moment it looks like if generic team name have the money, it's not going to be happening. Another problem though, you're not going to be taking money away from them if you can't find the shots. And Pommy isn't even able to get one off before he is shut down.
Ufrag opting to play for another fast round. There's fast smokes out into the outside area, trying to get the bomb down. But the problem is, I mean, I feel like with the AWP now, they should probably opt to play a little bit slower, try to go for those picks. You know what both the AWPs are playing. As Adam XO, you can maybe avoid the AWPs, go B, try and get that pick up or onto site, or maybe go outside and battle Snaky, or battle the other AWP that's playing Green Train. But regardless, Trouble actually maybe going to push B. Nope, just going to hold the angle. Actually quite a good read considering there's 3 players here, so maybe Pommy or Cray might actually walk into a scope.
I mean, if they do, we might as well be looking at a repeat of the last round. They should know Trouble's there, but they're not going to be watching the smoke. Not quite right. And Trouble taking full advantage. 2 frags in a second. Adam XO going to be responding, but Trouble's still there, and he's still doing damage. Another onto Cray, and it's Hype and Adam XO left as the last 2 alive.
Just so much confidence on Trouble. They're going for that no-scope, staying close to Smoke. He's still pushing. Gets the spray onto Hyper. That sees there, and Snaky pulls in the last kill. It's going to be 4 men alive. I mean, you can't... Well, it's kind of hard if you're the T player. That smoke goes down. You don't anticipate on AWP holding a one-way over that. But, I mean, that's fine for the first player to die. I believe that's Pommy. But if you're Chloro or Pommy, I'm not sure which player died first, but regardless, if you're that second player, you should be getting that trade. You'll spam that smoke. You know where the AWP's been. The problem is, if he refaces and gets another kill, and the third player still doesn't trade that frag, that's just bad team play coming out from Ufrag.
Yep, this one not going to be bad team play, but it's going to be Snaky abusing a position he's been playing in so many times. Trouble again going to be on the flank from very early on, and this is looking like a repeat of an earlier round. As well as that, it looks like generic team they will have a fairly high chance of winning it, as they're already in a 5 versus 3 situation. More damage going to be done as Hype can't find the frag, and that means that Adam XO is going to be the last man left to do anything. 1 frag for him before another round is on the board for GTN, and they find themselves at 9.
I mean, Ufrag can't even touch generic team right now. Generic team name holding these sites beautifully. Fortunately for Ufrag, every single time they're trying to attack a site, they're already 2 players down. Both these AWPs proving to be very vital for the CT defense, and we've got the half buy coming out from Ufrag now. No sense of Kevlar, but the flash from Adam, I imagine it's going to be a flash Ivy, just trying to get that 1 or 2 kills. Actually, the auto sniper coming from Jake, it's going to be fundamental in mowing down these unarmored players.
And the nade going to be doing a little bit of that work for them as Hype gets tagged down to 45. Pommy gets tagged down to 70 and then nothing. And it's just an assault on Ufrag across the board. AHB and Isaac finding themselves 1 apiece and a little bit of change as Ufrag are left 2 players down once again. Generic team name just going to be continuing to do that. I mean, AHB specifically and Ivy with a beautiful job. Cray finally manages to grab that response, but it's going to be too little too late as now everybody else is lining themselves up ready. He has no chance. The nade comes in, and that is going to be Cray completely destroyed.
Here comes the final buy round now. Can Ufrag get that 5th round on the board? I mean, 10-5, you win pistol, that's winnable. I mean, even if you lose pistol, it's still winnable. Obviously, Generic team then with a great CT-sided defense, now trouble there. And Isaac leading the frags, and it's Hype leading the T-side. Claw, unfortunately, and Cray. I mean, these two new additions going 5 kills combined. It's not really what you're expecting, but then again, Train is that hard team-oriented map. Expect more from them from Cash.
Yeah, hopefully we can see a little bit more on Cash, and hopefully we can see a little bit more in the rest of Trainers. Pommy starts things off onto Isaac. AHB manages to grab the refrag, but a 4v4 still going to be advantageous to UFrag here as they try and claim this final round. AHB still alive though as Pommy tries to go for the spray but can't quite hit it. A few attempts there and nothing coming of it of fruit. And now, well, there's going to be again an advantage to Generic team name, but an AWP and a auto sniper not necessarily conducive to the refrag, so it's going to be down to these rifles. Major Lee though with the M4, AHB as well with a third frag in the round. Gonna close this one out 11-4.
I mean, UFrag there with absolutely abysmal after plants. All 3 players playing towards site. I mean, they're just asking to die. I mean, no one heading towards Brown Train. But then again, when you plant the bomb that early, you have no way of knowing where those CTs are. You don't know if there's going to be one flanking Pop Dog. You haven't got time to go and hold that Pop Dog flank. Just UFrag maybe pushing the trigger a little bit too early.
Yeah, and this is where the cliche has to come into its snods. I know you're a little bit newer to the game, but it's something you'll find yourself saying a lot. This is an important pistol round. Yes,
very important pistol round. UFrag winning this is going to put them, hopefully, to 7-11. Still, regardless, Pommy now watching for that B push. He's playing solo towards B, but he's close, so he's got the information. This is good. This is where the CT rotations come in. Question is, though, can they hold the site?
Well, I mean, you'd hope so, and Pommy's going to be starting it off wonderfully with 2 frags before they get down, a third in as well. And that means Trouble and Major Lee have everything to do. Trouble, of course, going to be the man without the armor, instead opting for those nades, and also going to be the last man alive as Hype finds himself Major Lee. Trouble unable to do anything. The flash in his face, the knife in his back, and a 5th round for UFrag on the board.
This is where the confidence is starting to show. Hype there jumping in for that knife frag. Pommy with 3 insane headshots. Managed to pluck someone straight out the sky, completely screwing his head right off. But bomb didn't go down. That's very important. So if Generic team name lose this, it's going to be 6-11, and then obviously UFrag expected to pick up that full Glock round. So hopefully seeing 11-7 for UFrag.
I mean, that is what we're going to be hoping to see here, but AHB is going to be starting things off beautifully on an aggressive Adam XO Claw. Ready to claw this one back, though, with 2 frags of his own, a third as well, and Cray helping him out means that the 5 men fall in a matter of moments.
And in 1 round, he's already got more kills than he had the whole half. Regardless, though, as I mentioned before, these players, strong aimers, and they're starting to show it. Claw there with a huge 3K, just completely decimating that Generic team name attack, and got to start feeling a little bit worried now if you're GTN.
I mean, I definitely would be. UFrag right now are on fire. Obviously, it's the first 3 rounds, though, so we could see a little bit of a resurgence on the first gun. But at the moment, though, UFrag don't have to worry about this. This one's all about racking up that cash, continuing to be secure in your economy, and just building yourself up to that first gun round. This should be a whitewash.
Yeah, hopefully for UFrag, they don't lose too many rifles. They're trying to keep their economy afloat. But here comes the speed ramp, push the Molotov into the players. Pommy between the trains takes down 1. Throws that nade, and that nade's going to do damage, but he gets taken off guard. Hype and Adam, though, they find their frags. Hype to the second, going for that third, gets their third. It's going to be 1 person lost for the CT side, and UFrag keeping their economy afloat.
Yeah, it's not bad, and Adam XO actually as well going to be holding on to the UMP, so he can drop that for the FAMAS. Maintain their economy even a little bit better. Nice and easy for them. At the same time, Generic team name attack the weaker site. They attack the B site, the site that you're generally going to be attacking if you just want to get that bomb down with pistols, and they managed to make it happen, which means we will be seeing a much stronger first buy round from them. You can see Trouble, he's able to get the AWP, he's able to get armor alongside it. Snaky, Major Lee, AHB, and Isaac also going to be able to get full sides alongside their AKs, meaning that we can start to see the more strategic side of this team that we were hoping we would find come out now.
Winning that pistol round as well, UFrag with this full set of utility. They can have Molotovs and whatnot to hold off these pushes, but that nade goes in. It's going to take Trouble out. That's the AWP already gone out of his hands. So 4 versus 5 now, 1-man lead for UFrag, and it's a great opening kill from Adam.
Exactly what you want to be seeing, and Generic team name don't seem to be able to find anything back. As long as Cray doesn't give them anything to work with an Ivy, then they should be able to hold that fairly comfortably. Major Lee at the same time going to be finding his way down into Pop Dog. But again, it looks like a setup we might have seen from UFrag in the previous rounds. If they can hold as well on the CT side as Generic team name did, this could quite easily go their way.
But 4 players from the CT side towards the A side, obviously. Oh, Adam gets the second frag. Cray chimes in and gets 1. Sprays another player, goes for the third, but it's going to be Claw to take him down. No players now going down for UFrag, and they're showing some dominance.
Yeah. A nice clean round to kick things off in the second half. Exactly what you want to have in terms of confidence building. Exactly what you want to have in terms of grabbing that economy up as a CT. Obviously a little bit harder to build up later on. So right now is their chance to do it. Generic team name obviously going to be doing everything they can do to stop the economy from getting anywhere. Pistol armor buy once again as Trouble goes for the P250. A couple of Tech 9s are brought up. And actually full Kevlar on 2 players, so this is still dangerous.
And no smoke though, so there's going to be no smoke ramp up. Regardless, we've got Claw, that's right, Pommy playing close in the same one way. Can he catch him off guard? Manages to get one, goes for the spray. Tags up another player, but they're going to have the B bomb site now. Can they get the bomb down and get that economy? AHB pushing in, charges down Pommy. It's going to be a one-man lead for Ufrag as Hype chimes in. Here comes the CT defense retake. They're pushing in fast. Another frag for Hype. Claw gets one. Out trouble. Just the P250 in the 1 versus 4 goes down. Only one player lost. They're quite a clean round considering that generic team name half fought, but they did get their objective. They did get the bomb down.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to stop them. Honestly, if you're going to be dedicating 4 men at A and you're going to have sort of the rotators close, it is hard to stop that bomb going down because they can just get there so quick. If Pommy's not able to mow them down,
But
it's...
the problem is that Pommy should really anticipate the half by there, maybe play a little bit further back, but then again, wanting to use that little cheeky one way trying to get one frag. But I mean, at the end of the day, he did slow that attack long enough for those rotates to come in. But only one player lost for Ufrag, and now we've got the one up again, Trouble. Only a flashbang, but still lots of utility on the CT side and the T side. The question is, how do they use it?
Oh, and again, it looks like we're going to be seeing a heavy presence down towards Ivy. One man over towards the B site. Nice to see after the last half we saw.
Yeah.
And just trying to feel it out once more. I mean, Ivy wasn't particularly successful for them last round, and I doubt it's going to be that great this round. Trouble is, however, going to be switching things up. As the rest of them head to that, he's going to be jumping into Pop Dog and trying to take that AWP into a different angle to get things started. The problem for him is going to be that he just continues to get re-smoked. So it's going to be up to his team to start this one off. The smoke goes out to block off tunnel, but it's not perfect, and so they can't really push behind it yet.
Also there, Ufrag opting to flash through that smoke. They don't want to give up Ivy control just yet. Obviously, having control of Ivy, that stops that backstab coming in from the T side. Cray holding this angle. The question is, will they push just yet? The bomb is towards B, so I imagine this might be a CT train push, but Cray holding the line, goes for the first one, gets a crispy headshot to Isaac to be a one-man lead now. Sneaker though with the trade, gets into the smoke, AHB as well. It's a one-man lead now for generic team name, and this is where the attack comes in.
Yeah, I mean, this is where we were seeing them in the first half. This is where you want to be seeing them continue, and if Trouble can take out Pommy, then they are going to be in good stead indeed. Molotov out to try and stop Hype, but the aggression carries him through. Finds the frag onto Snakey and starts the push off quickly. Him and AdamXO are going to be the last two left to try and make this happen. And unfortunately, Hype's already down, so it's up to Adam, and he's just going to be holding it. Trouble with the AWP coming in, and it's not even him that finds it. Major Lee gets there just in time and manages to secure generic team name their first round in the second half.
I think Trouble actually missed that no scope. It wasn't him that got the kill, it was an AK.
Yeah, it was Major.
Jesus, so imagine if Major Lee wasn't on the ball there. It could have been an awkward defuse coming out there from Ufrag. But regardless, the T side were finally picking up a round, and their economy is going to be a bit low, but they still have the full utility on all their 5 of their players, and Ufrag as well, winning those consecutive rounds. They've got utility as well. So 3 players towards Ivy seems to be the default from generic team name. They want to get Ivy control, have these Ufrag players pressured, and eventually get that back from Ivy.
Yeah, I mean, it sort of depends how you want to play Train, doesn't it?
Yeah.
You can treat Ivy a bit like mid to try and get yourself a split onto the sides, or you can treat A a little bit like mid, try and work it through there because it's a little bit open. Ufrag seem to have a lot of control on A, and I think that's something that GTM picked up on, and I mean, there we go for an example in action. Major Lee tries to jump out Pop. Hype is ready to watch him, ready to take him down, and ready to kick things off. So you can see why the presence is Ivy. It's just going to be about finding their way through and then actually utilizing that, because at the moment, they're not having much luck.
The problem is, if they get reset on this round, Ufrag could claw their way back, and it could be 12-12 soon, but Claw again gets another kill into this round. Actually, his first apologies. It's going to be a 3-man lead now for generic team name, and if Ufrag pull this through, then we could be looking at 12-12.
We could be looking at 12-12 coming up, and I mean, Snakey and Isaac aren't going to be wanting that, but at the same time, they're going to be almost powerless to stop it. Cray, with a beautiful headshot onto Snakey, manages to leave Isaac as the last man alive. He can spot Claw out, but his knowledge of the other players' positions is going to be limited at best. He has that bomb. He wants to make his way through, but with 5 players watching him, what are the chances? Almost none.
And once again, another 5-man alive round for Ufrag. Seems like they're so dominant on the CT side. These aimers are really coming to life. Cray and Claw already doubling their kills in the first half. We've got Hype there 23-12. He is just completely dominating on the CT side.
Absolutely destroying everything that comes before him. I know he had a good performance on the T side as well, despite the 10-5 scoreline. Now he's just getting a chance to show himself off and let loose a little bit. Wonderful to see him coming into his own. Wonderful to see that that spark is there. And I mean, well, wonderful for us. Generic team name, not going to be quite so happy about it, I don't think.
But the T side now, they have that smoke for ramp, and actually Trouble there, going for that smoke between trains, allowing them to cross to get the bomb down, but Pommy goes down a bit too aggressive there, mate. Obviously, these guys, they're on there with low buy. Maybe Pommy anticipating a rifle buy, maybe an AWP or something like that. Maybe that's why he's playing close, but regardless, 1 minute 20, the clock bomb is not down, but here comes the CT lower push. So this ramp push, Adam with the reply, right? Hype gets that crispy headshot to Isaac. It's a 1 mad lead now for UFrag. Problem is that these after plants, it's going to be easier to flush out, but that Molotov going to force these players onto the bomb train. Hype now on Ivy, sorry, on Oil Train, peeks towards between the sites and takes down a player. It's going to be major lead in the 1 versus 3. Gets taken down nice and easy from Adam, and UFrag have won it again.
Yeah, and they've left me, well, not UFrag, sorry, generic team name have left me with my head in my hands questioning things. What is the point of putting that smoke out towards connector if you're going to wait another 10-15 seconds before you push? Because by that point, UFrag are already behind, they're already watching, and they're ready to take you down. I
mean, Trouble's about to throw the between train smoke, obviously between the site and the white train, and allowing the T, to cross. But I think the thing was, the fact they killed Pommy, they didn't need that cross smoke. They thought if we smoke off connector, we'll hold off the push, and we can get good after plants. The problem is, that UFrag CT retake came in a lot faster than they anticipated.
Yeah, I mean, you just got to coordinate it so that one man throws the smoke, the others decide to push out, because if you don't have the aggression on the B site on train, you're in a bad place. Your after plants are going to be weak. You're going to get retaken. It's not going to be much fun. This round, though, a little bit more of a chance, and a little bit more than that little bit more as Trouble starts things off. Nice wallbang from the AWP to put generic team name 1 man up.
Pommy dying once again, unfortunately for him, playing close, but Trouble there with the wallbang, quite unlucky. Pommy there should have really taken him down, maybe on another day, mate. 12-11, 1 minute 10 on the clock, and all these players, 5 players from generic team name, they're all heading towards B.
Yeah, they're all going to be lining up, waiting to take on Adam. I can't imagine him being particularly happy about that. I can't imagine him having an easy time dealing with it, as he is just going to be bombarded with flashes, smokes, everything of the sort still. Finds himself one. Hype going to be jumping in to join him, and that's 2 frags with no response from GTN. Adam going to be finding a third, as well as Trouble drops. Claw now chiming in with one on Snakey, and Major Lee is going to be the difference maker here. 2 lovely frags from him. The question at the moment has to be, is that enough to find him the round?
Major Lee now in the 1 versus 2, 30 seconds of clock. He has the bomb. He can maybe find out where these 2 players are, take the one-on-one duels, but imagine him faking out the plant. Now he knows Hype's towards Oil Train, takes him down. It's going to be Major Lee and Cray in the 1 versus 1. Bomb will go down towards the back of the site, so he has a lot of angles to work with. Anticipating that player rotating from the T spawn, and then cross, it looked like it's on his head, but Cray wins that duel. It's going to be 12-12, and UFrag, they've won it once again.
Well, I mean, that's the thing. UFrag find their way to 12 rounds, but you can't take anything away from Major Lee in that round. 3 frags for him, and the 4th one looked like it should have been there. Wonderful play.
Problem is, though, the player of the bomb on the T side just throwing his frag away, throwing that bomb out in towards the AWPer's lair. He could add him there, watching where the bomb was, not allowing the T's to retrieve it, and obviously making it a lot harder for Major Lee to win that. But regardless, the half buy coming out from generic team in, they're probably going to allow UFrag to get that 1 round lead. Just go for that bomb plant here. Actually comes up for the A-rush. I don't think UFrag are expecting this. Claw those sprays 1 through the smoke, sprays 2. That's going to be a 2-man lead already for UFrag.
Beautiful way to start the round off. The smoke's going to be limiting vision a bit now, but Claw doesn't care about your smoke. Straight through. Another frag looking for the 4th, and he's going to find it, and that means it's Snakey. The last man left with a Tech 9 in his hands, just trying to get out of dodge, because he can't make this happen. Now, though, with the M4, maybe things are going to be a little bit different. More of an opportunity for frags, more of an opportunity for a round. It's just going to be about penetrating that 3-man defense UFrag have got set up for themselves.
Claw there, throwing his gun into the air, trying to pick up one of those AKs or one of those M4s on the floor, but unfortunately for him, doesn't quite retrieve one. Now he's there with the USP. Actually gives a slightly more edge towards Snakey, giving him more of a chance to win this now as he's battling Claw, the USP. And actually Claw manages to instantly headshot him. It's going to be the ace coming out from Claw. Massive round. It's going to be a 1 round lead now for UFrag.
Claw just saying 4 frags were in easy mode. Now we'll make it a little bit more tricky. Still, as you said,
the difficulty there.
Yeah, the frag going to be coming in. He realized it was an eco frag. He wanted, an eco ace. He wanted us to give him some credit. So the USP coming in to make that happen, and a wonderful way for UFrag to secure their 13th, at least for that 1 player. And honestly, the way we've been seeing things go here, the way that generic team have only found themselves 1 round so far this T side, I think that we could potentially be seeing this small lead for UFrag quickly growing.
But they've still got the AWP on Trouble and the 4 rifles and decent utility, so they're not really too not getting the bomb down. That was the half fight. Regardless, the spraying towards Ivy, just getting a little bit of tag damage, but I imagine team are going to be happy there. They managed to get more damage onto the CT defense. Claw and Crate sub 50% HP. Adam with the AWP trying to get those long range jewels. He knows his players. They're going to wipe. He sees 2 spots, 1, and manages to get that flick. It's a 1-man lead now for UFrag.
Beautiful to see. Hype going to be chiming in as well with one of his own, as he does. Just securing the other side of the A site as everybody else's eyes are trained on Ivy. And that means that Generic Team Name have to fall back. They have to rethink. They don't have the bomb in their hands. They don't have any men in terms of an advantage. They're actually 2 men down. And this is just going to have to be a complete overhaul of where they wanted to go. You can see there's one man horribly out of position. Major League going to be all the way over towards the B site. Although, in this case, maybe it's going to be good. Yeah, no, he's working his way in now. I think initially to hold, but now it's to find the frag. Pommy gone down, and that means he's ready to cut the rotates off as well. Adam going to be coming through. No health on him. No chance of survival. Hype has to fall off.
And this is the point now where UFrag are all sub 50% HP. They're low HP. They might even opt to save this. Obviously, the B side quite difficult to retake, but Hype goes in for that frag, trying to get the pre-fire in. Challenges him, gets him down, but Isaac, they have the trade. It's a 2 versus 2. Both these players are low HP on the CT side. Bomb ticking away. Crate going towards heaven. Molly's off the bomb. This is perfect. That player now snaky off position. Hype on top of green train. Oh, sorry, on top of white train. Should spot this player out underneath the ladder. Slowly pushing forward towards him. That's it. Gets the headshot. It's just Isaac down to 1 versus 2. Sprays down 1. Crate, 22 HP. Goes for that reface. Isaac, can he win it? He's off the bomb. Isaac there. Crate, sorry, walks straight into Isaac's spray, and it's going to be 13-13. Generic Team, they managed to pull it back.
Yeah, I thought we were going to be seeing them try and head back towards A, so I thought that was going to be a little bit of a retreat from the man over towards B, Major League, but in the end, Pommy just wasn't watching Cat. He wasn't aware that anything was going to be coming through there, and so he just gets destroyed. Beautiful headshot from behind. Beautiful way for Generic Team Name to find their way onto the site, and a great hold afterwards to take it for them.
I think Pommy there, getting unfortunately timed for him. 1 player. He has to spot 2 angles there, upper and lower, but great towards Isaac. He gets sprayed through the smoke though. Isaac takes him down already, only 20 seconds into the round. It's a 1-man lead for Generic Team Name.
The unfortunate aspect of the M4A4 is that your traces are going to be visible, is that you are going to be caught through smokes, and well, as you can see, the result of that in this round is going to be, as you said, 1 man down for UFrag. As they're left 4 versus 5, they're trying to figure out what they're going to be doing, and it looks like Claw in an aggressive position is going to be exactly what they need. Adam with the flash, but it doesn't catch Isaac at all. Claw goes down, and that is going to be 2 gone for UFrag with no real chance of recovering those until the push comes in. Pommy, again, going to be alone, again, going to be letting Major Lee slip through his fingers. And look at that once more, the positions work out perfectly. Major Lee with another easy frag, almost messes it up, but still able to pull it back. Leaves 2 players on UFrag to break their way into this site.
Major League, they're crouching out of view of Pommy, getting behind him, another entry, and I think UFrag are opting to save this. 5 versus 2, they want to keep their guns, and Hype managed to take an AK and a rifle out of the T side, but on the most important round there, Major League coming up big again.
Yeah, it shocks me a little bit that he's able to do that, but obviously if you are dedicating that 1 man to B, as you said, there's too many angles to watch.
Pommy's got to be tilted at that. I mean, that's the 2nd time now. I wouldn't say timed, but well, time to a degree, but the thing is they're Major League crouching. His head is out of view of Pommy's line of sight, and another great entry for him onto the B bomb side. The save coming out for UFrag. I'm not too sure of their economy. Let's take a look. So, UFrag, yeah, actually, they're going to have a bye for the next round. They're going to have the bye for the 14-13, but it's Generic Team Name 1 point away after this round off of their match point, and Generic Team Name trying to win their map pick.
Yeah, I mean, although UFrag are going to be getting a buy-in now, I doubt it's going to be the best buy you've ever seen. I doubt it's going to be anything too great. You can see that the M4... Actually, no.
It's good.
It's better than I thought we were going to be seeing. They actually get everything they could possibly want, bar maybe a couple of flashes. Not going to be the most impactful thing ever. Going to be extremely helpful.
Hype them, the 30 bomb.
Hype already reaching the 30 bomb. If he can find himself a couple more here, and if the rest of his team can step up to his level, we are going to be seeing UFrag in a great way. Generic Team Name, though, obviously still poised to find themselves that match point.
Cray on the first half, only 4 frags, and sorry, Claw, and now he's managed to find 16 for 19 after a shocking first half. But UFrag 14-13 now in favor of Generic Team Name, but when it was a 11-4 half, I mean, UFrag, they're going to be pretty happy with the situation they're in right now.
Yeah, I mean, it looked like we were going to be seeing them going away fairly quickly indeed, but as you said, they've fought their way back into it, they've found their way back into it, and now they have a chance to stop Generic Team Name finding themselves at 15. If that doesn't happen, I don't doubt that we could see overtime even. So the game far from over yet, and Major League going to be taken down a little bit by the nade.
No.
Pommy, though, I was going to say, if he's looking away again, that would be the worst thing ever. Fortunately for him, Major League going to be announcing his presence this time with the smoke. Means Pommy knows where to look. He knows when the man's going to be coming through, and he should be aware.
The CT side now 2 players towards the defense, but Pommy gets taken down. It's only Adam here to hold the B bomb site. What this does is, look at this, look at the rotations. 2 CT players pushing towards B. They're on their bikes and they're here. Problem is though, that bomb is heading towards A.
Yeah, generic team name hump there. So again, UFrag, they have to wheel themselves back round. Hype's going to find one, but the refrag is strong. Smoke's now going out to block the entrance from UFrag from coming back in, and well, it's going to be a difficult retake if they want to get it started. Generic team name though, not really given a huge amount of time to find themselves the afterplants initially, suddenly given so much space to work with. They could be anywhere.
Thing is though, the CTs have no utility, no mollies, no smokes. They can't smoke off choke points. They can't molly out the pits. Sorry. Regardless wherever those T players are, but Isaac peeks out, takes down one. Snake as well chimes in. It's going to be 4 versus 1 now for Adam. Gets the no scope. Isaac now in CT, sorry, in green train. Gets the headshot to Adam, takes him down. It's going to be 3 men staying alive. Generic team name, they're on match point.
Yeah, for me that was just a little bit worrying. As you said, UFrag with no nades, they gave them some space. Suddenly everybody disappears, and you know that's a problem with the A site on train. If they're not playing close to site, they could be so many places. Finding them is just going to take a little bit longer than UFrag had. Regardless, they're going to be coming back into this round with something to work with. A couple of 5.7s, a FAMAS, and 2 M4s.
Such a smart player. They're coming out from Major League, smoking off upper, anticipating a rotate from an AWP. So anticipating Adam there, the AWP watching up and then Pommy watching low. And what he does is he smokes off that point. Adam can't see him. He shifts out through the smoke and takes down Pommy. Another entry towards B, and that forces the rotate from UFrag. 2 players stomping in, and that gives the signal that that bomb can just run A.
Yeah, that last round was a great one. Hopefully for them, this one's going to be as good. Claw, though, trying to make a little bit of a difference early on. Chases through the 5.7, but isn't able to find the frag on Trouble as nothing presents itself further. Now, again, UFrag going to be split 3... UFrag going to actually be split 3-2 this time. They've changed things up a little bit. They want more presence B. The issue for them is going to come if generic team name decide that they don't want to be heading there anymore. And if you look at where they're set up, it looks like we're going to be seeing the first A aggression at least straight off in a little while. AHB going to catch Claw without him even looking. Major League goes down, but he does so much damage to Hype in the process. He's got to be worried. Adam XO going to be seeing what he can do to make the difference as well, as he finds one. It is just going to be trades back and forth, leaving it in a 2v2.
Oh, Trouble gets that frag onto Adam. It's now Pommy in the 1 versus 2. Just the M4 to his name and a flash. No molly, no smoke. Flashes over, and here comes the push. Spots the player on side. Gets shot though by Trouble. It's going to be 16-13 in favor of generic team name, and they win their map pick.
Yeah. Absolutely stunning performance on train. A little bit of a worry for them there. A little bit of a scary situation as the sides switch, but they do manage to pull it back.
Honestly though, closer than I would have expected. Train being a notoriously team-oriented map, and UFrag obviously swapping out 2 players only a couple of days ago after Epic Land. So good showing from UFrag. Strong aim on the CT side there from those 2 new pickups. But I mean, going into cash, I imagine UFrag might take it just based off the aim and the map pick being a bit more puggy.
Yeah, no, I think it will definitely favor them, especially if we see Hype going in
30
quite
to
as
15,
hard as he did.
yeah.
Yeah, if we see him going in the same sort of form, if the others, again, can even maintain the level they have on cash, I reckon we could see them with a great chance.
But regardless, boys, we're going to be heading into a short 2-minute break. I promise it won't be 40 minutes. And we'll catch you on the next map, which will be cash. Hello, hello, hello. We're back once again with a cash second map in this best of two. Ufrag versus Generic Team Name, and Generic Team Name winning the first map 16-13. Very strong CT side showing from them, and eventually managed to claw those rounds back at the end when it mattered.
Yeah, the T side a little bit of a worry for a while there.
Yeah.
Ufrag just with a complete resurgence. The issue being, I think for them, that once Generic Team Name figured out what was going on, once they found their ways around it, they were able to abuse it time and time again, though. You saw, I mean, even just taking the one very isolated incident of Pommy being taken out from behind or from above, wherever it may have happened to be. If that happens more than once in a row without you actually thinking of something to change it, if that happens multiple times and you don't adjust, you are going to be facing problems. And if that is the way your whole team is playing, if that's the way that you're sort of holding yourselves throughout the map, it's just going to be even worse. I
mean, you could argue that if you get caught off like that, having to hold two angles, you can call that timing. But the problem was, when it happens 3 times, I don't know, Pommy there getting caught off guard time and time again. But going into cash, in my mind, I see it being a Ufrag pickup, and I think it's going to be 16-8. What about you?
I mean, I'm not quite as good as you are with the scores. I don't think I can predict.
Well, I thought it was going to be 16-12 in the last one.
Yeah, I know.
I should have said on stream, unfortunately, but
I was remembering. I don't think I'm going to be quite that magic. I'm going to go for a 16-10, I think. A little bit less one-sided, because we did see some good play at Generic Team Name. Maybe not necessarily quite as strong in the aim department, but they definitely aren't, like, lacking. So I reckon we're going to be seeing it go a bit closer, but I do think along the same lines as you that we're probably going to be seeing a 1-1 score in the best of 2 overall.
I think the biggest thing, though, on cash, the T side is very aim-intensive, obviously, getting those picks towards mid and towards A from A main, whereas on train, it's more like the CT side team play is more important than the T side aim. And we saw that the inexperience from Ufrag on that map and obviously changing players, it showed. But on cash, far, far, far more puggy. Expect to see a much better showing from them this game, and I imagine 9-6 on their T side, and then Generic Team Name getting a few rounds from there. But I think once Ufrag are on that T side, they're gonna really run away with it.
I love that you're taking it so specific. That's
what can I say? I like to be right.
Yeah, that's ridiculously. I mean, if that comes out, you are. Oh God, we've got to get you a crystal ball for the death. Either way,
has the knife run happened already? I'm not too sure.
I didn't think so, but
I mean, who knows?
Yeah, who knows?
We'll see now. I'm not sure if it's live. No, it's not. The bomb's in T-spawn. It's not live yet.
All right, wonderful.
It's fine. We can keep chatting about this game. What were the good things you saw from Generic Team Name last map?
And again, it's what you're talking about. It's that team play. It's that sort of ability to adapt. It was the way that they were holding, I think, specifically the A site, just to completely block everybody out. The way that they could adapt to smoke, the way they could do everything.
Yeah, they kept pushing at the right times and catching Ufrag off guard. What about the second map? What do you reckon Generic Team Name are going to show us when they haven't got that strong aim? Struggle on the T side?
I mean, it's going to be tough for them. It's going to be a long play. It's going to be difficult, and Ufrag are going to be showing themselves, I think, a lot earlier. At the same time, I don't want to count them out. After that last map, after especially the first half of that last map, I don't think we can discount them entirely from being able to put something up here at least.
But as I mentioned, though, once you play that first game of the day, especially after a 40-minute break as we had earlier, Ufrag not looking too hot to start off with, but once those aimers had warmed up a little bit, we saw some crispy headshots coming out from them, and regardless, I wasn't too sure who won the knife round, but I imagine they start CT, nice and comfortable. Yeah, so
I think Ufrag.
Yeah, Ufrag won the knife, so I imagine they'll start CT. The question is, though, what is the CT setup? It's quite... You can change it up on the CT side of cash. On the pistol round, you can have the smoke and defuse from one player playing towards A, car, playing that retake towards A, even a Molotov and a flash works. Or you can have the triple man push A, two squeaky, 1 A main, pushing for that information. I mean, if they're not in A, then they're going to be B. If they're not B, then they're going to go A. So, regardless, looks like a 2-1-2 default setup. The smoke... What's Adam got apart from 1 defuse?
He had a smoke decoy.
Oh, he's already used it.
Yeah, smoke is already gone out. And well, Generic Team Name also already going to be out, just straight onto the B site. No way to stop, and unfortunately for them, it's not going to be working. Hype and Adam find themselves on a piece. Hype does go down, but Adam's still going to be there tapping away, and Pommy's joined in now. Snaky and Major Lee, though, trying to pull things back. Snaky with a frag onto Pommy, gains a little bit more presence on the site, allows that bomb to cross, and is going to be finding the plant. So it's going to be a retake from Ufrag to get this one back. Trouble from behind causes a couple of issues, but they do manage to recover. It's Snaky now, the last man alive on the site. He knows he has to play time. He knows he wants to find one of those frags, but there's nothing for him. as Claw and Cray come through.
And in that 2v2, you should have really saw a kill there coming out from Trouble. Behind 2 players, but I think he got heard by one of the players and gets swiftly headshotted by Claw, I believe. But first round going in UFrag's favour, and I imagine they might just start to roll with this lead.
Definitely would not put it past them. Generic team name, I'm interested to see what we're going to be seeing them do. At the moment, not looking like they want to be going for anything too quickly, but we are going to be seeing those guns trickle in. So, looks like we're going to be seeing a fairly default pistol round, second round coming out of them. Just the pistol armor to take it to the players on UFrag with SMGs.
They bought Kevlar at the last minute there. They're not opting for that half save. They got the bomb down, so they could have full saved here and then had AKs on the next round, but I believe they want to have Trouble on that AWP and have him have an impact towards the map. But regardless, we've got 5 players in the bomb inside our main, and here comes this attack.
I mean, they buy armor at the last moment. Maybe a little bit of a last-minute choice, but maybe going to be working out for them as the first man is almost undefended. Cray goes down, no contest, but Claw and AdamXO are going to be finding themselves one apiece to get back into things. So that leaves Isaac, Snaky, and Trouble on the site, ready to get that bomb down. So Money, again, not going to be the worst issue. They seem confident they could find that. Now it's just going to be about holding on to that site against very much more equipped players.
Problem is that there's no Molotovs or smokes on the DT side. But Claw, though, he doesn't care. Gets the headshot, Pommy as well. AdamXO charging onto site, gets the kill onto Trouble, gets the bomb defused. It's going to be one man falling for the CT side, and this is going to keep their economy afloat. 2-0 now in favour of UFrag. And the question is, you've just force bought all for the sake of that AWP on Trouble. The question is, how do they do it? Actually, getting that bomb down again, they might have money to buy it. Nope, they're opting for the half save. They really, really want this AWP on Trouble. And the man, he better deliver.
Well, I mean, he did all through the last round. So,
yeah, true.
I mean, if I was going to put faith in any of their players right now, it definitely would be him. This round, as you said, going to be another quasi-buy, going to be trying to set themselves up for the next one. Just going to be running pistol armor to get things started. Tommy finds himself one to kick things off. Unfortunately for him, AHB comes straight back through with one of his own. Adam is going to find one as well, but Snaky takes down 2. Hype and Adam gone. That's the bomb site open, and that's Claw and Cray once more on the retake B.
I was about to get annoyed at Major Leader having that smoke, but not opting to smoke off CT. But Snaky there have 2 huge kills with the Tech 9. Manages to get a 1-man lead now for Generic Team Name 2-0 in favour of UFrag. Can this be the 2-1? Can Generic Team Name start to mount that comeback? The Molotov though on Cray. Can he flush out this player that's on site?
Well, I mean, you'd hope to see it happen, but at the moment, looking like flushing anybody out is going to be difficult. The Molotov doesn't land in the right place, and it's going to be down to aim to make this one. Claw finds himself the first onto Trouble to start things off. A 2v2 achieved, but Snaky in the perfect position to catch Cray as the smoke clears.
Oh, gets the double headshot.
Beautiful double to finish it off. Beautiful flick around onto Claw, and that is Generic Team Name coming back before their time. A quasi-buy nets them around and allows them to keep things going. That's going to be the AWP brought for Trouble. That's going to be guns on everybody else, and that's going to be UFrag, I think, a little bit scared.
Actually, one of the players there dropping out of the server, so I'm just going to be a small, slight pause. We, well, 2-1, only 1 round deficit for Generic Team Name. I think have they reset the economy? No. Claw there, opting for that fast buy. So for force buy, apologies. Let's take a look at the money now. So, UFrag's economy. Adam's got enough for an AWP. Yeah, they're going M4, 5-7 armor on Cray. They're looking pretty fine, but regardless, boys, we're going to have a slight timeout. Small 2-minute break while we wait for this player to rejoin the server. I imagine it might be a tech issue, so we'll be right back with the game. Or not. We're still here.
I thought that was you cutting out. Jesus.
Oh no, I was on the server, so it doesn't really matter anymore.
Yeah, no, fair enough. Now we've got everybody back in, everybody ready, and a chance for Generic Team Name to tie things up and start to take the lead here. If UFrag win this, and of course we're going to be seeing things continue to go in the way that you predicted.
Yeah.
If not, Generic Team Name are going to be in a prime position to set themselves up on 3, to continue trying to find rounds on that T side that I think we both agree was going to be a little bit of a struggle for them. So this is what they needed. This is a round that they need to win, and this is their chance to do it as UFrag have a pitiful buy.
Then again, when you've got the mollies and the nades on the CT side, why do you have 2 players pushing CT onto site versus Tech 9s? And regardless of those, that swift double gets another kill. And talking about his name, bring him up again. He's got the first entry now on the T side. It's 1-man advantage now for Generic Team Name, and UFrag defense going to be split.
Yeah, it's going to be 2-2, not something mid on cash, such a vital area. But you can see the importance UFrag place in it, rather, as Claw peeks down highway and finds himself the first. Generic team name now going to be left reeling with 4 players alive and just having to figure out what they're going to be doing. At the moment, seems like this is going to be a B hit through and through. Everybody lined up. Everybody ready. The nades looking like they are about to be in soon, and Pommy in a position where he can quite easily get locked out of the site.
Problem is though for UFrag, they're playing retake towards B and heavy towards A, but Generic team looks like they've read this. The mollies come towards B, but there's no one on that side. Please, for God's sake, you smoke off CT. Thank the Lord, they smoked off CT. So this is going to be a good site take. But Adam XO from heaven takes down Isaac. One-man lead. Snaky though catches Pommy off guard. Pommy trying to take that side back off them, pushing through that CT smoke, but gets swiftly taken out by Snaky. So 3 versus 3, 40 seconds on the clock. The bomb is not down yet though. Adam watching that side cross, but there's no one pushing towards headshot yet. T is just playing nice, so trying to get a few of those entries.
Yeah, and I mean, using their utility as well to force the players back off before they get that bomb down, before they start to feel too comfortable. Snaky, again with the double, now looking to see what he can do to finish off Adam XOXO, who's going to be on 20 health with an AWP in his hands. This, my friend, is the time to run away, and he is doing it.
And Adam there, legging it. He doesn't want to go anywhere near Snaky. He doesn't give him that ace, but majorly takes him down. So the economy now, I expect it not to look too good for UFrag. Let's take a look. So, unfortunately for the UFrag, they've been reset. Actually got 2,000 or so on the board, so going into the next round, if they full save this, into the next round they have enough for rifles. Not really the best utility. So the question is though, do they opt for the double full save? What do you reckon? What would you do?
Personally, I wouldn't, but that is why
yeah,
I'm not. I don't always make the best decisions. Adam going to be seeing if he can get anything started in mid though to rack up a little bit of extra cash. Unfortunately for him, nobody presents himself, and all he finds is his self down to 57 HP.
The question is that how important do you think that Adam XO AWP is for the CT side?
I mean, I wouldn't put actually that much weight on it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm agreeing with you. I mean, it's not really worth a full save like it was with Trouble with that AWP. Obviously showing great things on Train, the previous map. But UFrag on the full save, most likely going to buy next round. It's probably going to be 3-2 in favour of Generic team name by Adam XO. He's got something to say, takes down 1. Still though, only 1-man lead, but no armor on these CT side players, so regardless of that 1 frag, it's still going to be a T round.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing at this point. You're not expecting to really win the round. You're just trying to put a little bit more on the board, a little bit more damage. You know, take some guns away from them, build your confidence up a little bit, but at the end of the day, they don't find anything, they don't find anything. That's just the way the cookie crumbles, and I mean, at the moment, it doesn't look like there's much coming their way. Flora and Cray are going to be sat all the way back on the A site. There's 1 man near them in the form of Isaac in main, and even he's just backing off. You can see Generic team name know they have nothing to save. They're not putting a huge amount of weight into finding these players. They just want to hold on to the economy that they've built up.
At this point, they're just trying to get, actually, pretty much pick of an AWP, but Isaac, he's on the case, he's on the ball, he realises what that player's trying to do, and fortunately, Cray not able to save the AWP as his claw lost alive with no armor and a USP. About to be taken down by Isaac. Peeking towards Highway in heaven. Doesn't quite spot him just yet, but I'm sure he will go down swiftly. It's going to be 3-2 now in favour of Generic team name, and also getting that bomb down, so their economy is going to be looking pretty good.
Yeah, it's not going to be bad at all. You can see there, Snaky sat on over 10k. Other players filing in at 7k, and then about 3k on the last 2. Not a bad place to be at all. And actually a place that you might find it a little bit necessary to be, seeing as UFrag are going to be back on the board with rifles. They didn't decide to go for the double save, as we were talking about. Adam's AWP, potentially not the most important thing for that team. And obviously this is their chance to get rounds. This is their chance to stop Generic team name, and they're going to be seeing what they can do to do that. Going to be smoked out on A at the moment, and well, Cray's going to be the only man there with a little bit of support from Highway.
And this is where not having the AWP for UFrag is great, because if the T's take this side, retaking with an AWP would have been awful, but Claw on heaven once again, he's over that smoke spot the plane, sprays 1 down, gets the headshot as well. AHP, he's low HP, it's a 1-man lead now. These players, these T players, they're low. Cray now on top of Electric Box, trying to spot out one of these players over the smoke and catches off. And, ooh, wow, Cray gets 2 from the Electric Box. It's going to be Trouble and Isaac. I take that back, they're both dead. It's going to be 4 staying alive, and Cray with that 6-6-3k.
Yeah, beautiful little play from the Electric Box to find UFrag their 3rd round, or at least to contribute to it. And this, again, is exactly what we needed to see. It's what the CTs needed to do, because we're both predicting UFrag to do well here. We both think that is the likely outcome.
Especially after losing the first map.
Yeah, and this is their chance now to handicap Generic team name for a little bit. This is their chance to take that economy out from underneath their feet, make sure they can't just keep throwing stuff at you until you break 1 round, and make sure they can't have a huge advantage going through from their T side. If UFrag can keep it even on the CT side, then this one should be theirs quickly.
Yeah, no AWP coming out from generic team name. They're opting maybe for a fast play or maybe another smoke take onto a site, but Adam, he has his AWP. The question is, how does he go to use it? Actually got a great angle here. Spawning towards Sunroom from Checkers, and I imagine AHB is about to creep into his scope and spots the play shot and takes him down. Adam XO, the entry bomb as well. For once, it's him on the side of timing. Takes down Major Lee, and it's going to be Isaac in mid, just trying to get a frag or refrag onto someone, trying to even up his numbers, but Isaac there, wide faces, managed to catch the play off, reloading, gets two! Oh my, Isaac with a double entry towards mid, but gets traded by Pommy. That's great play from Pommy, again initially said, trade him back and flash towards Checker, so he can't be shot in the back. Snaky in trouble left in the 2 versus 3.
Yeah, I mean, at least Pommy's there to grab something back, and he's going to be doing even more work, finds himself the frag onto Trouble, and leaves just Snaky as the last man alive. The issue for Ufrag, they're split 1-1. It's a 1v1 situation at either of the sites, and Snaky looks like he's just going to be making his way towards B. Hype, though? Well, he should be getting hyped. Snaky has no idea he exists, and that is going to be an easy frag for him.
Well played there by Hype. Just hiding behind the box. Doesn't want to give away that doesn't want to give away that kill, making it 1 versus 1. Instead, just waits for him to plant the bomb. Double checks for a fake, and then just sprays him down before he can get the bomb down. But generic team name, their money's looking decent. They can get their 5 rifles out. The problem is though, the 5 rifle setup isn't looking too good for them. They keep losing these rounds of the open. I imagine maybe if they're trouble with, or maybe like an A contact once those A main smokes fade, or maybe a boost mid, trying to peek towards Pommy and Vent, or just something to try to get that first pick.
You'd hope that we're going to be seeing it come out soon, but at the moment it looks like things are going to be fairly slow now. Nothing really much coming out from either team in the way of aggression. Ufrag actually deciding to go the complete opposite and just stand passive mid. They're waiting for generic team name to try and make their presence known. They're waiting for them to make something of themselves. Grenade. And well, Pommy's going to be taking advantage of that wonderful nade through to tag down a couple of the players, and then a nice follow-up frag onto Isaac. This is where you got a question, should he peek back out? He knows Major Lee's going to be there. He knows the man's waiting for him, and he goes for it anyway.
Discipline. Discipline there from Pommy. Doesn't want to overface just straight away, but managed to get the play off guard. That's two kills in mid for Pommy, but here comes the A-exec. Really attacked by the money. Not much of a difference. The trade's coming out. Snake in trouble getting those 2 kills. It's going to be 2 versus 3. Not too much utility, but Hype has the Molotov if they decide to go back to quad, but Pommy that goes over the smoke. Maybe going to spot trouble if he goes towards site, and yes, he will. Walks right into his crosshair. Pommy takes down trouble. It's going to be a Snake in a 1 versus 3. Gets back to smoke. Goes down to Prey. It's going to be 5-3 now in favor of Ufrag.
Honestly, this is what Pommy's been waiting for.
Yeah, especially
on his side multiple times in a row. Nobody able to stop him as they're not looking his way, and he can just laugh as he gets his revenge. And as well as that, well, he's going to be pushing Ufrag towards the lead on the CT side. 5 rounds to 3 at the moment. Generic team name relegated back to those pistols. And so a 6th round well on the cards here.
Molly's slightly failing, but doesn't really make too much of an issue as there's no T's towards boost. But instead, there's 5 players towards B, and the bomb says 2. The flash comes in. Hype, though, he's on the ball. The team flash comes in perfect. Takes down trouble. He's still ready. Gets another one. Gets that double headshot as well. Draw, though. CT expects that push from Isaac. Takes him down as well. Pommy tags up the player. Looks like it's going to be 5 players staying alive. But did he cast a curse? Nope. Luckily enough, Scott takes down that last player. It's going to be 5 men alive, and this Ufrag economy is starting to get boosted.
And that is beautiful from Claw and Hype, to be honest. Oh, sorry, from Pommy and Hype. In checkers, Pommy just covering him off from sight. Hype making sure that the A main push can't come through.
And the team flash as well. Yeah. Not being team flash, but actually being flashed by his team, yeah.
And Pommy flashing him out, so it just shows that there is a level of synergy between these players. There is that ability to make plays off of each other, and that's something that you're going to need to have.
And once again, no AWP again for generic team name. I mean, these smoke execs and these flashes and mollies aren't working for them. I mean, if this was my call, I would have been opting for that save on the AWP and trying to get picked there, but the double push B comes out, but Adam gets the first, takes on HB. It's a 1-man lead again, and Pommy in mid. What is Isaac doing running with his knife? Actually, Pommy loses that duel. It's going to be the 1-for-1 trade now. It's a 4 versus 4.
Not able to get the bullets off quick enough. Pommy does indeed go down, but Isaac, well, he's left on 8 points of health. Anything he tries to do at this point, it is going to take a breath to shut him down. Still, though, he manages to stay alive. Ufrag doing everything they can to try and flush him out, but he's just not letting it happen. And this is where we're going to be seeing what the CTs can do in a tricky spot.
Problem is there's a 4 versus 4, and it's going to be favoring the T side as this CT defense is going to have to start spreading 1 player mid, and they're going to have to, Ufrag, sorry, they're going to have to choose which site they want to be. Having 1 player and the other one having the 2 players, but the frags come out, there's trades again, it's a 3 versus 3, and it looks like it's going to be this B attack where there's 2 players close. Adam takes on the first. It's going to be a one-man lead now for Adam. For Ufrag. And Adam is... Oh my goodness! A spray thrown through the smoke. He couldn't care less. Trouble. Last alive. Yes,
Oh, you're joking.
Oh, sorry, through the smoke again, but my goodness. Stop walling, please.
You are joking. Adam with 2 frags through the smoke.
Vac XOXO. Vac XOXO.
A beautiful way for Ufrag to continue their run. 5 rounds in a row at the end of that one. 7 in total, and they are well on their way to winning this half. And you've got to think, Snods, if they're playing this well CT side, and what we know about these players, T side should just be a complete wash.
I might be changing my prediction to 16-6 or something at this point because it looks like Ufrag will come out the gate swinging after losing that first map. But regardless, the half-buy coming out from generic team name, this is probably going to get the bomb down. It looks like it's going to be a D-split. Actually very strong, but the problem is though, Claw though on one more, for the plays if they go vent. Pommy's in vent, he's going to be close to these pistols. Thing is though, can he get the headshot first? Takes down one, goes to the refrag, gets down another one, but gets traded by Major Lee. It's going to be the one-man advantage now for Ufrag. Thing is though, if generic team them can take this site, it's a hard site to retake B, but Hype, oh, almost gets time there. Managed to jump away, and now they're going to have to walk into his crosshair. Hype though spots that player in the checkers and sprays him down. It's going to be the 2 versus 4. Out of the off the headshot, takes out another one, goes to the reface, trying to wall him again, but doesn't quite get lucky. Hype now on the site, and HP walks his crosshair.
Yeah, really, again, generic team name just shut down Ufrag on a little bit of a tear at this point, and you can see that reflected in everything about them. The way they're playing, the confidence they've gained in the economy as well, the CTs are just looking fantastic as generic team names struggle to hold on.
I mean, when you go for that B split, a good play to do is have that molly towards highway, so that player that was Claw at the time can't just get that free frag, and also spot for the information. He's told Pommy there's no one in vent right now, and that allows Pommy to go for that wide face, spots 2 of those pistol players in mid-main, and he's got the rage advantage with that M4 and takes them both down.
Yeah, that is the sort of thing that will be making the difference. And well, it definitely does seem to be making a difference. Generic team name though, going to be trying to come back into it with a full push towards B. Moon is in control, but they're still going to be going for it, and AHB is going to be starting it off as well. Flash through, and Hype ready though.